So who's been feeling like maybe you're having to roll with a lot of punches these days? And some of the punches, they really feel like punches, don't they? So, and I have to say, I've been there, or more accurately, today ended up being one of those days for me when I had a very unexpected punch that I've had to roll with. I am having to roll with. I'm exhilarated to roll with. So I thought, what perfect time to share with you one of the hacks that I really pull out of my treasure chest when I have a moment where I really have to adapt and adjust and be flexible to the unexpected. That's not necessarily something that I would have wished to be dealing with. So in my own case, clearly those of you who know my story know that my youngest daughter in 2016 survived an unsurvivable encounter with a boulder that literally fell off the side of the mountain on her. If you want to read more about that story, go check out our social media on that. But for now, let me just say, it was miraculously survived. All medical precedents said no way. And yet, combination of mindset and a great team of doctors, wonderful facility at Jackson Memorial in Miami, and then rehab at Tampa General. I mean, just magical combination of super team at work. So, but what it has done is still her balance is off. So she can't even stand up from one chair and move to another by herself. So clearly, in addition to running my businesses, I'm also her primary 24/7 caregiver. However, during the week, I tend to have a woman who comes to assist with the caregiving for a couple of hours during the weekdays, which of course that allows me to have that really focused time that I just love, that allows me to play at an even higher level and without any interruption. So yesterday we discovered that my boyfriend, who lives in the house with us, that my boyfriend's father tested positive for COVID, and which means that even though my boyfriend tested negative, he could be a carrier. Now, the woman who helps us is considered high risk. So that meant that, of course, certainly for today, but quite possibly for 2 weeks, yes, 2 weeks, she may not be able to be here, or maybe even longer. We don't know. And that's the thing. Sometimes with these punches, you just don't know. And it's much easier. I mean, we human beings are pretty good if we can almost overcome anything if we know why and we know kind of how long. When it's open-ended, that's when it gets a little uncomfortable, very unfamiliar for us. And it really stretches that flexibility muscle. So I could feel the potential frustration and initial panic. Oh my God, I've got all these things planned for this week. How am I going to get this done? Sky's not going to be able to go to therapy. I could just feel the whirlwind starting to build. And so I had to go to my toolkit. And now I am a huge proponent of having your own personal empowerment system. That's what I like to call it. Each one of us operates on a system, but for many of us, we've been conditioned simply to believe that that system is a default. And we get up in the morning and we take a shower and we get something to eat and we go out and we say, world, have at me. I will try to do the best I can to react accordingly, right? How's that been working for you if that's your system? Busted, right? So I'm a real high proponent of creating deliberately your own personal empowerment system and having certain rituals and habits that you can feel when you do them. They just raise that bar to the highest level. And so that way, if you do have the hit, it's easier for you to roll over it. You kind of recover from that faster, or maybe it doesn't even derail you at all in the way that maybe for someone else, it would have left them overwhelmed and stuck. So I want to give you one piece that I feel is really, really important when you're going with the punches. And so let's start this with one little exercise. So are you ready? I'm going to ask you to write down, if you are listening to this and you are in a car, which not many of us are these days, but you might be. If you are, clearly do not write this down, but you can still think it. But if you're in a position, just pause this recording and finish this sentence for me. So finish the sentence. My biggest challenge is. Pause it. Okay, so are you back? All right, let's be honest. How many of you completed that sentence with something that would be like, my biggest challenge is temporary. My biggest challenge is behind me, and now we're going to get to the good stuff. My biggest challenge is probably going to reveal itself to be my biggest opportunity. So I'm going to forge forward knowing that something great is going to be at the end of this tunnel, right? How many of you had something that sounded like that? Be honest, yes. Well, most people don't. When most people get that little seed planted, my biggest challenge is, and understand that the is the most powerful word in that sentence, because it is a programming code for the foundation of your house. It sets the reality for your subconscious. But so when you say my biggest challenge is, and you go on to say, like in my case, oh my gosh, I don't have the caregiver. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. Oh my gosh, so many people are pulling me in different directions. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Can you feel that energy? It's not the least bit motivating, I promise you. And it's not a place I want to go. But when I can say, look, my biggest challenge right now is really only time management and prioritizing. And look, I mean, Sky even thanked me for being flexible and going with the punches, right? So I've got this great, amazing young woman who's part of my team. She'll understand, look, okay, I have certain things that are engraved in stone that I have to, not have to, I'm determined, I'm intended, I know I'm going to get these accomplished today, right? And then other things I'm really good at prioritizing and deprioritizing. So in a way, this is kind of just elevating the game a little bit. And so in some weird kind of warped way, it might even be fun, right? But I do know that when I focus, man, I got laser focus. So I know I'm capable of doing this, and I've done this before. So game on, let's go. Let's bring it on, right? And let's go out and rock this world and make it a powerful day on this planet. Yes? Can you feel the difference in the energy? So if you are dealing with the unexpected on a regular basis, go back to really paying attention to your words. What words are you choosing? Are you stuck at home, or are you, I'm being prudent at home, I'm being safe at home, I'm playing with something new, and I'm making the most of my time at home, right? Are you totally, I'm so stressed out, or are you like, I am so rocking this unfamiliar thing, right? And I'm very proud of myself for dealing with so many unfamiliar things. And you know what? I'm figuring it out, right? What are the words that you're choosing, and what are the invisible stories that those words are creating? And do you want those stories to be part of your day and part of your life? So pay attention to your words, pay attention to your present tense, and pay attention to those stories, because they craft your inner narrative, and your inner narrative really impacts how you experience your life. And we want to make this a rocking, power-filled day, don't we? So sending you all a huge power whoosh. I'm Meridith Alexander. I hope this helps. I'll see you next time. Talk to you soon. Bye.